Hello everyone, it's Maha. How are you guys doing? I hope you're really well. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I got a deck in the mail the other day and I thought I have to show you guys this deck because when I opened it and saw the book that it came with, that's when I thought, okay, how come I didn't know about this deck earlier? I mean, I don't know when it came out. It's fairly recent, by Llewellyn, 2015 it says, but it's the Animal Totem Tarot by Leeza Robertson, illustrated by Eugene Smith. And I actually recorded an unboxing of this just a few minutes ago, and it didn't work out. Something went totally wrong and I had to erase it. So it's not an unboxing, it's a reveal. I just opened it. I opened the cards on the video, but I had a look at the book before, and the book is amazing. You guys, we're going to look at it just a little bit briefly at the end of this video, and I just want to show you some of the cards because I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite decks. The artwork is really, really beautiful. Okay, so first of all, I noticed that Llewellyn's packaging has changed. Instead of that little box that was always floating around, they changed it to this, so that's kind of nice. It's a little bit more handy, convenient. Not that it matters really for me because I don't keep the boxes. So the book is really juicy, it's thick, and it's really nice because it has a journaling part, and I love that. We're going to look at that very quickly. So some of the cards, I'll show you some of the cards. I'm not going to show you all of them. This is just a quick video because I wanted to just come out and say hi and say, have you guys heard of this deck? Because I hadn't, and I discovered it through one of my lovely subscribers. She posted a photo on Instagram with just one of these cards along with the Tarot Leaves card. And I loved that image, so I went quickly and researched it, Animal Totem. And I purchased it right away. I don't usually purchase decks right away before looking at all the cards because I just have so many decks, you guys. They're just overflowing on everywhere I look there's a card. Everywhere I look there's a deck. It's just too much. So nowadays I've thought, I made a promise that I'm not going to buy decks unless I really love a deck. But I just knew, I had a feeling that I'm going to love this deck, so, and I do already. I think I'm going to be working with it starting today for a while and just do the journaling and all the work. So this is the back of the cards. There's little animals circulating around. The cardstock is much thicker than the recent Llewellyn decks that I've owned. It's very similar to the Wildwood Tarot. Even the artwork kind of reminds me of the Wildwood Tarot. There are no borders, which is nice. I think they're watching our YouTube videos, you guys, and we're complaining about borders all the time. So I've been noticing that this is a Two of Swords. I've been noticing that more decks are coming out with no borders. So there are no people in this deck, just animals. Some of the cards remind me of the Animal Wisdom. I would say it's somewhere between Animal Wisdom and Wildwood Tarot. Queen of Cups. I'm not going to show you too many cards because I just want you to get a feeling of what this deck is like. I actually really like this Page of Cups. Very different. And I like the lack of animals or anything. Actually, oh, I didn't even see that. There is, just floating above it in the wave, a seal. Okay, very nice, very subtle. Ten of Cups. Penguin family, which makes a lot of sense for that card. The artwork is sort of, I don't know if it is woodblock, but it reminds me of woodblock prints or lino cuts, and if that is the case, this is Two of Pentacles, then that's a very labor-intensive process, and I really appreciate prints. I always have really appreciated them. Ace of Pentacles, that's really great. The beetle just struggling, pushing with all his force. That little round ball. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. I want to show you the Fool card because that's the first card that I saw and it just brought a smile to my face. I thought, oh, wait, I'll show you the 5 of Pentacles. I was just reading about the 5 of Pentacles the other day. I couldn't hold back, I had to tell you, because it's a lot of issues that Taurus fears come up with the 5 of Pentacles. The fixed Earth cards, which are the 5, 6, and 7 cards in tarot, are related to Taurus. And one of the things that Taurus fears is poverty and lack of security. And I was just reading about that in my astrology book, and it really reminded me of the difficult meanings or the challenge that comes with 5 of Pentacles. This is 8 of Pentacles. I love that. The goat, the mountain goat, is slowly, persistently climbing up, slowly plugging away. I just can't wait to see what the book says about these cards, because they do seem to follow a pattern of Rider-Waite, but not not in a like a clone way, just kind of not copying it exactly. Very creatively coming up with different interpretations of the cards, which is what I love to begin with. This is why I started collecting tarot decks, because I was just very curious to see how other artists see the same card meanings and how they interpret it. 2 of Cups. Beautiful artwork, you guys, I think. Oh, there's a... This reminds me again of the Wildwood. I'm not sure if the Wildwood had Kingfisher for Ace of Cups. I don't remember, but I think that was the case. Oh, I really like the 8 of Wands. I love that sense of movement here. I always look at 10 of Wands because I just very interested and curious to know how they see the 10 of Wands. Okay, here we go. This is a Fool. I love that. It's a grasshopper hopping over the stick and the bag that belongs to the Fool. And then there's the sun shining. It's a nice perspective of looking at it from a different angle. That stick, you know what I'm talking about? That belongs to that boy. 3 of Wands. I like that. Let's look at some of the major arcana. Strength. This is kind of more physical strength. The Chariot. Very nice. I wonder. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with this deck. I think I'm gonna get a lot of fresh perspective on tarot, which is kind of what I've been really needing. I've been kind of tired of reading just the basics of interpretations of tarot, and I feel like I've reached a level where I am more inclined to work with decks that go more deeply into the interpretations, the standard interpretations. This is the Magician. I love that card. That's the card on the box, which is the one I fell in love with when I decided to buy the deck. And this is High Priestess. Very beautiful. The Hermit looks really cute and interesting. He's carrying the light over, but it's daytime, not nighttime. The Emperor. The Empress really reminds me of the Animal Wisdom, doesn't it? If you guys have that deck. Oh, I was sitting on my... Okay, yeah, Swords. Swords, I just want to see 3 of Swords, actually. Let me show you 6 of Swords, too. I'm always very curious to see Three of Swords. Ooh, King of Swords is nice. Very powerful. Yeah, this is great. Eight of Swords is nice. Very stormy. It's kind of the feeling that I get with the Eight of Swords, as opposed to looking at it from the outside. Where is the Three of Swords? I might not be able to find it. Oh, Ace of Wands is beautiful. Okay, the World. I'm going to show you a couple of more and then we'll go look at the book. I hopefully have intrigued you guys about this deck. The Moon is nice, eh? That's really nice. And the Tower. Ooh, the Star. I have to show you the Star too. Look at the Star. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Let's go look at the book. Okay, so let's have a look at the guide to the Animal Totem Tarot. Like I said, I only flipped through this, so this is my very first time looking at it with you. I'm just going to skip the acknowledgements. Let's take a look at the table of contents. So, here we have Chapter 1, Tarot for the Uninitiated, aligning the tarot with the energy of the animals, the how-to of a reading. Chapter 2, Power Animals, Animal Totems, and Animal Guides. Chapter 3, Understanding the Journey. Chapter 4, Before You Begin. Chapter 5, the Major Arcana. Chapter 6, the Royal Families. Chapter 7, the Minor Arcana. And then Exploring Your Deck. Then some spreads, apparently. So, Chapter 1, Chapter 2. So, it really gets to, it seems like it's really, before we get to the Major Arcana, we get some nice intro here about the animal archetypes, animal totems, animals we fear, elemental energies. Ooh. Understanding the journey. Okay, so the Major Arcana starts here. Now, this is really cool because you have one whole image, black and white, but that's okay, on the side, and then you get a message from the grasshopper. Couple of pages. What I like about this is the journaling part. I love how in this deck you have a chance to interact with the cards. Business, career, family and relationship, health and well-being, card of the day, journal prompts. That's awesome. So for example, in what area of your life do you want to make a change? What are stopping yourself? So just some questions for bringing up some thoughts, and then the journaling. That's great because that allows you to interact with the cards, and I think I really need that right now. I really was ready for working with the tarot again, but in a way that would deepen my knowledge about each card. So this is great because journaling is, for me, it's an amazing form of therapy. So I really like that. I like how they came up with questions. Card of the day, journal prompts. That's awesome. What does it mean to be a leader? That's probably for the Emperor card. Yep. How does one keep the ego at bay while being of service to those around you? What skills do you have that would benefit others in your community? This is great. It's funny because I was actually thinking the other day that I used to have this tarot book that I worked with in the beginning when I was learning, and it had meditations at the end of each card, because just reading about the card is not enough for me. I need to put it to experience it in some way, whether it's connected to my real life situation, reflect on it. So journaling is a really great way to go about doing that. And as you can see, all the cards are on the opposite side of the page. And that's it. That was a quick look at the Animal Totem Tarot deck. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you think about this deck. Write your comments below, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.